I have 3 lights visible in the set. So this one, which is the Amaran Ray 660C, and the other one is the Amaran 360C. Ooh, it's blown out so you won't see it, but I'll insert it in the video. And then over there we have the Pano 120, and then we have our beautiful Akuyaira in the shot. What I want to do actually started as a quest because I've always been trying to create really soft light in the studio. This is my biggest modifier. This is the 7-foot Parabolic Umbrella. It's one of my favorites because of the light being indirect and the diffusion in the front. It creates really soft light. But I just added one modifier, which is the one in the back. We'll talk about that one a little later. But most of my client projects, I'm always shooting on this one, which is my Glow 60-inch softbox. It is my most used softbox. And over here we have a new one, which is supposed to technically be better than this one. And so that is what I want to use this video to test and find out. I've already mounted this one, which is my biggest. From there, we'll change it to the Glow 60-inch. And then we'll change it to the new softbox which I have, and then we'll see if truly that modifier creates the softest light or the most flattering light. So yeah, let's start the video. Yeah, so I'll walk you through the camera I'm using, the lens, my camera settings, all of that. So subscribe if you haven't. Shameless plug. Also check out my website. I have some products on there that will help you become a better photographer in general. So yeah, let me walk you through my camera settings and we will start. So the camera that I'm using for this is going to be my new Canon R6 Mark III camera, and I'm pairing that with my 50 1.2, but I won't be shooting at 1.2. Actually, if I check my settings, yeah, looking at my settings, I'm at 1/200 on the shutter, 5.6 aperture, ISO 800. So I'm not using 1.2. It's just because this is the focal length I want to shoot with. I could have used my 24-70, but I want to stick to the POV of what this lens will give me, and then just basically, like, I don't want to be tempted to zoom in or out and things like that. So for my lighting, this Amaran 660C is being bounced into the ceiling, as you can see, because I want to create a room tone, but the power is just at 10% because I don't want it to be too obvious that I'm filling the shot. I want a bit of mood in there, right? And again, because I'm also primarily testing these modifiers, I want to be sure of what I'm getting out of it. So I don't want any other light to influence it. Then in the back, we have the panel, which is serving as a hair light. I'll shoot all of these one after the other so you see what they are doing. And then I will now switch the modifiers and put the other softboxes I have on there to see what we get. So currently, all we're seeing is our hair light. And can you do the pose for us to see? Yeah. So you can see we're just getting like the light in her hair, running down her arm, across her body, separating hair from the darker background that we have. My camera settings at 1/200 f5.6, ISO 800, and just the edge light. This is what we get. You can see the frame is dark, and then we're getting the separation that I was talking about. Now, what I'm going to do is turn on our fill light, which is the Amaran Ray 660C. And as soon as it bounces into the ceiling, let me do that again. So this is off. You can see it actually fills in a little bit. This is on. And now when I take a picture, you should see that we'll have just a tiny fill in the scene. Yeah, so the difference between this and the previous one is now you can see a little bit of information in her outfit. You can see a bit of information in the bag. These things were not very visible, including the surface of the table. All these things is what our fill light is doing, okay? So what I'll do is actually just turn off the edge and turn off the fill, and see what the main light is doing on its own, and then I'll combine all of the 3 lights. Situations you have to go through. With just my main light, this is what I get. And clearly, you can see that we're getting a nicer illumination on here, and a combination of all these 3 lights should give us the look that we're looking for. About our set and our model, in the back I have this green backdrop going on. I chose it because it's dark, it complements the outfit that she's wearing, and it's going to make her skin tone also stand out a lot because that is a warmer tone compared to all the other colors happening in the scene. Her outfit is also green, and then the table I decided to cover with this cloth I had lying down just to create a bit of texture and interest. So what we'd actually do is create more of these creasing patterns in the fabric on the table so that we create more texture on it that way. So just by pushing it and pulling, we're adding more folds and more textures, and I feel that just makes it look more interesting. Turn your face towards the light somewhere, yes, perfect. And your eyes back here, yes. Yeah. Okay. It's a test, don't worry. Yeah. Okay. So I noticed that the main is not really illuminating her face as much. So what I'll do is just bring it in a lot closer. Because the closer it gets to her, the brighter it would be. Maybe also just drop the height. Okay, perfect. And then bring this leg in. Yes, 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 yes. And the head. And then remember, don't put too much on the shoulder. Perfect. Ooh, yes. Yeah. Actually, let me just make sure. I was getting a little bit excited. Yeah, I love it. I love. Okay, so we'll just do a few more shots with this modifier, and then I will swap it to the next one, and then we'll see what we get. Actually, because of the comparison, let's just keep this short. Yeah, perfect. Keep that. Chin up slightly. Yeah. Okay. So now that we have this, I will change the softbox and then see what we get. All right, so now I have changed the softbox to my 60-inch Glow Easy Look, and I've tried to put it relatively in the same position. So Aku would also do the same pose when we're ready, and we will take another shot and do a comparison. All right, so now that we have our lights in position and we have our lovely model in position as well, I will take another shot. Perfect. Head to the light a little bit. Yes, and your eyes back here. Perfect. To your head a little bit. Yeah, not so much. Yeah, and eyes here. Yes, perfect. Turn your head towards the light just a little bit more. Yeah, and your eyes back to the camera. Okay. I have my last and final modifier on the light, and to reveal it, what I have is the Elinchrom Rotalux. All right, this is the 69-inch version, so it has a really big surface, and a lot of the people that I look up to in terms of photography, like Shafiq, Tosin, Emmanuel Yeleke, I think recently Prince Mason also shot with an Elinchrom softbox, and I kind of like the feel that it gets out of their softboxes, so I'm hoping I'll be able to get something like that. So again, I just bought it so that maybe you guys don't have to, so I'm experimenting so you don't have to, but then yeah, I want to see what this modifier is going to produce and see if this purchase is justified or if you can equally get similar results with these other modifiers. Already, I think I kind of see a difference though, but let's see. All right, so tilt your head, perfect. Eyes back to the camera, awesome. One last shot. One thing I noticed as a major difference, especially between the 7-foot parabolic, obviously because it's an umbrella shape and it's spreading light everywhere, is I feel it has a lot of spread even onto the backdrop, and there is a little bit of a color shift. when I shot these images, if I actually reset them right now, you notice that they are quite warm, and my white balance, the main flashes, I know that they are balanced around 5200 or 5600. So that's the white balance that I shot at. But I know these are not true to the colors that I was seeing on that day. So all I did was just set the white balance to about 4000, and that's the only change that I made onto the image. And so I'll copy that and paste it onto these images again, because that is the only change that I'm making. I'm just trying to correct the white balance for it to look exactly as I was envisioning that day. This is the parabolic image, and I know that because of the label red assigned to that image. I did an orange for the glow 60-inch softbox, and I did a yellow for the Elinchrom. And I feel the glow is the warmest in terms of color shift. The Elinchrom actually represents colors, I think, exactly as they are supposed to be. It looks really natural compared to what I was seeing on that day, and it also has a bit of a spread. So if I look at the fabric down here, for example, even though the creases are a bit more profound in this image, they look a little bit deeper and darker. And again, we don't have that much creases over here, but we have a lot of spread. So if you look at the lighting of hair from top to bottom, you'd see there is a bit of a gradation. It gets darker as it gets lower, and you can tell that from like her leg area. You see that this area looks a little bit dark. If you look at the folds in her outfit as well, especially under her breast area, because of the rounded shape of that, you can see we have these darker shadows underneath here. But with the Elinchrom, it looks more illuminated, so it means that there is a lot of spread coming from the Elinchrom light. Also, if you look at the parabolic, it's also not as contrasty as the 60-inch softbox, the glow one, and it has a bit of some softness to it. The only thing is that I'm noticing that is really jumping at me is going to be the color shift. If I zoom in to these images, right, so that we can look at the face a little bit more, I feel like, and again, this is not a way for me to justify the pictures that I made, but I just feel like the skin tones, the rendition especially from the Elinchrom modifier, just looks smoother, right? If you look at the one on the left, which is from the parabolic, you can see there is a lot of shine, and that is because I was actually expecting it to be less reflective. I know it's not double diffused, and then I know that it's indirect, so I was actually expecting that to be, you know, a lot softer, but we have some specularity that comes with that. And if I zoom in some more, you'd see that her skin textures are actually more profound on the Umbrella 7-foot parabolic. If I zoom into the Elinchrom, it actually gives us a balance between what we're getting out of the glow and what you're getting out of the 7-foot parabolic, and that is what I like about that. Also, if we just look at the face one more time, I just think the wraparound from the Elinchrom just looks a lot softer. If I zoom into her lips over here as well, you can see down here the shadow isn't really as profound, and over here there is some depth to it. I know there is a slight tilt in the head shape, but that is not so much for it to, you know, cause this kind of dramatic shift in the shadows. So these are me nitpicking. That is where I'm able to actually see the differences in these modifiers. But honestly, if you were supposed to shoot with any of these, I think you can actually get away with them. But I do see these little things, and you know how I also like to shoot is always the tiniest of details that compound to give you the look that you're going for. So I'm actually going to be trying out this modifier a little bit more, and if you stay a little bit later, you realize we actually changed the setup a little bit, and then I kept the Elinchrom to shoot those images. So I will show you that right after here, and then maybe we'll come back and have another conversation about the modifiers. But let me know so far what you think about the modifiers. I know this is not a scientific test. There were obviously some shifts in positioning, and you know, her head tilts, and even my angle, my shooting angle and stuff like that, but obviously, is the difference really that visible, or is it something that you can live with? Because the price difference between the Elinchrom and the Umbrella especially, and even the glow softbox, is huge. So is that worth the difference that you're seeing? Let me know in the comments down below.
I'm not emotional, I haven't cried for days. I run in pace, I'm so fine till you see me through. I tell my mind you don't want the truth. I don't get triggered by a thing. Next day I can't stop.
All right, so we have switched up our pose a little bit. We've made her sit on the table fully, and now we're just gonna try and take some calm, feminine, soft portraits of Akuyayura. Still using our Elinchrom 69-inch softbox. I'm actually loving it. I love the quality of it. Like, the light is really, really nice.
Wanna get close, but you go to sleep.
Yeah, perfect. I'm gonna shoot a little bit wider. Nice. Beautiful. Ooh, yeah, I love that shoulder tilt. So do the shoulder tilt again and just bring your eyes to the camera. Yes, yes, yes. And almost like you're squinting into the camera as well. It's like smile. They call it smize.
Next day I can't stop spiraling. Missing my head so bad, but I'm fine. I'm so fine, really. Tell me how to live and let it go. How the hell am I supposed to know? Missing my head, but baby, I'm fine. I'm so fine.
So currently the settings, I'm at 1/125 because I'm doing 60 frames. I'm at f8 and ISO 800. You can see I have waveforms and false color on for exposure. And yeah, we're just gonna vibe and see the kind of video that we're able to create. It's nothing too serious, just playing around with what we get out of the camera.